Well, good morning, everyone. I'm George Aspland. I'm president of eVisionSEM. Welcome to today's webinar, the top 5 online marketing mistakes portable storage companies make and how to fix them. Thank you very much for attending, and we do have a special offer for everyone who is attending that will help you with your business, and I'll tell you about it at the end. A couple of housekeeping items before we get started. We took a screenshot of the attendee interface, and you should be seeing something like this on your computer screen. Usually it's up in the right-hand corner. By default, you're listening to the webinar using your computer speaker system. If you'd prefer to listen over the phone, just click telephone and the audio pane will open up and I'll give you the dial-in information. You do have the opportunity to submit questions by just typing in a question in the question pane. You send them at any time and we'll collect those and we'll address the questions at the end of the session and in the Q&A time after at the end of the webinar. So first, a little bit about me and eVision. I started the company a little over 17 years ago. In fact, we started the week after Google started 17 years ago. Back then, that was the infancy of SEO, which is all about the organic search results. And it was even before SEM, the pay-per-click or paid listings. That we'll talk about both of these a little bit more in a slide with a picture. I wrote one of the early books about search engine optimization for organic results. I speak at conferences around the country and sometimes overseas about search marketing, and I write for a couple of the key online search marketing journals. And we are a member of the National Portable Storage Association. We've been active in the portable storage industry for over 7 years now. We have several portable storage clients. We're handling search advertising for all of them and handling the organic results for some, as well as helping our customers optimize their website to do a better job of generating leads, which we'll talk about more shortly. I can tell you from working with these companies, the search marketing the portable storage customers that we do work with, and doing search traffic estimates around the country, that people are searching every day for storage containers and trailers, both sales and rentals in the commercial market as well as the home market. So today I'm going to show you why online marketing is essential to get your share of business from those people who are searching every day for storage products. But from working with our portable storage customers and many other clients, we find that most are making 5 big mistakes, and we'll go through those. So mistake number 1 that portable storage companies make is, and most companies, they believe if we build a website, people will find it and they'll visit the website and they'll either call us or they'll send an email. But most have been too busy in their businesses to see how people actually find them and to see how much things have changed over the last 5 years or so. And I'm going to show you some of what's changed today. But most portable storage companies underestimate the number of leads that they could be getting if they had an active online marketing campaign. So I'm going to show you that today. Most businesses believe their website will provide them a good number of leads organically, or worse, they're not expecting many leads from the internet at all. Here's a screenshot of an actual Google search for portable storage containers in Boston from about a month ago. First, let me explain the difference between the terms SEO and SEM, because there is often a lot of confusion. SEM stands for search engine marketing, and for most people, the definition is the paid listings, the ads. These ads here, these listings, these first three that are marked but with ad next to them, those are their search engine ads, as well as over here on the right side. These are what are referred to as the paid listings, the ads. And if someone clicks on one of these ads, the advertiser pays a certain amount per click. And that's why they're also often referred to as pay-per-click, or PPC for short. I use all these terms pretty interchangeably, and I likely will as we go through the webinar, but they all mean the same. Then down below these first three ads are the organic results. And notice how much room is taken up by the paid listings on the search results. This has changed a lot over the years. The amount of space has grown dramatically over the last 5 years. Let's face it, Google only makes money on the paid listings. And over the years, they have increased the amount of real estate that the ads take, which pushes the organic results further and further down. And if you notice in this result, there's only 3 organic listings above the fold. And what we mean by above the fold is not having to scroll down. So if you don't have an organic listing in these top 2 or 3 results, you're almost certainly missing opportunities. Just as important, for most of our customers and prospective customers, when we look at how they're doing organically, they tend to be doing well organically mostly for their brand name, the company name. They're not doing very well for important non-brand phrases like shipping containers for sale. Most business owners and marketing people think, well, no one clicks on the ads anyway, right? But how many people click on the organic listings really depends on the market and the specific search. For searches with commercial intent, such as people searching to buy or rent storage containers, the research shows that 65% of the clicks are on the ads and only 35% are on the organic results. In fact, our storage client here in the Northeast USA gets over 50% of their total leads from pay-per-click ads. And that's total leads that come from the ads. That's more than double what they get from organic search. And they're doing pretty well organically because we've worked a lot over the years to maximize their organic results too. So they're in far better shape than most small businesses for organic results. Here's why search marketing, the pay-per-click ads, should be your #1 source for leads, as it is for most of our customers. This is a heat map that shows where people click the most. And as you can see, most people are clicking on the search results that are above the fold, again, not having to scroll down. And they're clicking on the ads in the first couple of organic results in this case. Some do go over to the right-hand side and click on some of those ads as well. So pay-per-click should be your #1 source of leads because the storage business fits the ideal profile for search results. There's many infrequent buyers or renters of storage containers. They may only need a container once in a while, so when they do, they search they go to Google and search when they need one. Some do have a supplier they've used before, but very often that supplier may not have a container they need soon enough, and so they'll search for another supplier. And sometimes they search to see if they can get a better price or better delivery than they can get from their current supplier. So if you have a search listing up here above the fold, you should be able to capture a larger percentage of the people that are searching every day for containers. And if you don't have one at the top, you'll almost certainly have a competitor that's going to be up there that could capture your potential customer. So search marketing really has replaced the hard copy directories, the yellow page marketing, almost completely. People are going to go to Google most of the time, and that's been the case for a good 5 years or so now. In fact, our customer, the storage customer here in the Northeast, has completely gotten out of print marketing. All their leads come from online, and the majority of those come from the pay-per-click ads. Some people say, well, we already have some important non-brand phrases that we do well for organically. Why should I run an ad? Well, the reason is because it almost always pays off. When there's two listings, an ad and an organic listing above the fold, what we often see is what's called amplification. That is, not only does the pay-per-click ad bring traffic, additional traffic, the organic traffic goes up too. What we think is happening is when people scroll down, if they see your ad in the listing and they don't click on the ad and they keep scrolling, and now they see your organic listing, they think, well, maybe I better check these guys out, and so they click on your organic listing. I also included a message from Danny Sullivan. He's considered a top go-to person for search marketing, and this was a quote that he quoted about not relying solely on your SEO results. This is huge news. Here's a screenshot of a Google search result for storage containers in Boston from last week. Notice what's missing? There's no text ads over here. Google rolled this out worldwide over the last 2 weeks. They're not going to put text ads over on the right-hand side anymore. Instead, they're going to put 1 or 2 more ads at the top. Word on the street is that they weren't seeing enough people clicking on the ads in the right column, and you saw that in the heat map that I showed you. And so they think by adding more ads at the top, they'll make more money. I'm sure they will. Notice in this case, there's now 4 ads at the top. There were 3 before. Now there's 4. And that has moved the organic results even lower on the page. In fact, there are no organic results here above the fold. I would need to scroll down to see any organic results. You can just see the beginning of the map that Google shows when it displays search results. Number 2, the second of the top 5 mistakes that portable storage companies make. Many of our clients came to us after trying to run their own campaigns, and they either knew it wasn't working or they had no idea if it was working. The problem is it takes years of training and experience to run a successful pay-per-click campaign, and most people underestimate the time and effort it takes to optimize and make a profitable search marketing campaign. I'll show you more about what it takes in just a minute. Problem number 3. Companies that try to run their own search marketing campaigns rarely, if ever, optimize those to improve the performance and the cost effectiveness. Either they don't have the time, or in most cases, they don't know what needs to be done. So just to give you an idea of what it takes to run a successful pay-per-click campaign, I'm quickly going to go through some of what needs to be done. Number 1, it's absolutely essential that you set up lead or sales tracking to measure conversions. For example, to be able to measure the phone calls that are generated by your ads or the quote requests that people submit. Without this tracking, not only will you end up not getting as many leads as you should, you'll pay more per lead. And that can often be as much as 5 times as expensive for the leads as it could be with the tracking. And that's often the difference between a profitable campaign and one that loses money. I'll show you an example of that in a few minutes. It can be difficult to set this tracking up. It requires some technical expertise, and you often have to work with your web developer to set this tracking up, and many of them have no experience with this lead tracking either. In fact, many of the search marketing companies don't set tracking up to this level for small businesses either. So, keyword research. There are usually hundreds of keyword variations that people search on to find products. It's not just a few keywords as most people think. And if you're not testing most of them in your paid campaign, you're going to miss out on business opportunities. And it does take training and experience to do keyword research correctly. Most pay-per-click campaigns all pay-per-click campaigns need to be structured correctly to give the best performance, and not just maximizing the traffic, but also maximizing the conversion rate, and something that most people who run their own campaigns aren't even aware of, and that's Google's quality score. We don't have enough time to go into the details about quality score right now, but it's based largely on the expected number of clicks, the click-through rate. And if your quality score isn't good enough, Google will charge you more per click, which will lead to a higher cost per lead. In fact, in a lot of cases, Google will stop showing your low-quality keywords at all because they're not making enough money. They'll let other advertisers take your place so that they make more money. You do need to build out your keyword list as it's running. The keywords that you start with, those are just seeds, and you actually have to watch what people really search on so you can manage those keywords, and so that you can stop your ads from being triggered by irrelevant keywords. And this is something that not even many other search marketing companies do for their small business clients. For example, we were contacted by a potential client that had another search marketing company running their pay-per-click campaign. And we examined what that agency was doing, and we pointed out to they became a new customer, excuse me, that the highest volume searches that were getting triggered for their ads were actually people looking for jobs in their industry. And we asked them, is that one of the goals of your pay-per-click campaign, to attract job seekers? And they told us not only was the only goal was to generate customer leads, and they weren't very happy to hear that they were spending a large percentage of their advertising money on people looking for jobs and clicking on their ads. You do need to monitor and optimize your campaigns, not only for every keyword to get the best result, but you should be optimizing them for towns and cities and by device. For example, the desktop versus the smartphones. With that conversion tracking in place that I mentioned, it often becomes clearer if your website's not performing well enough on smartphones. And for our customers, we often have to reduce the amount of traffic we allow in from smartphones until they can address the issues with their website on mobile devices, in order to keep the cost per lead from getting too high. Display advertising, the search networks, and that's in North America, as Google and Microsoft's Bing. They both allow you to show text and image ads on other web pages, not just the search results, but other web pages using various targeting methods. For example, you might place ads in local online journals as the holidays approach to let retailers know that you have portable storage that they could run. Retargeting is another of the targeting methods that's available in these display networks. And you've probably seen this. For me, if I search for something on Amazon, I start seeing ads for the item that I just searched on as I browse around the web. With retargeting, it's called retargeting or remarketing, you can continue to show ads to people who came to your site and didn't convert when they first came to your site as they browse around the network. And this can keep you in their mind and can get them back to your website when they're ready to convert. But setting up and managing the display network it's a whole other area of expertise. In fact, most do-it-yourselfers don't even realize that Google has the display network turned on by default, but they never look at it because they're not aware of it. And in most cases, if they did look at it, and when we look at potential customers who are already running their own campaigns, the display network is almost always just making money for Google not generating any business for them because it's never been optimized. You also have to keep up with the constant changes in the advertising networks, and there is constant change. I could go on for hours, but I hope this gives you a sense of what it takes to build a successful campaign. It really does take expertise, and there's a lot to do continually over many, many months. You have your business to run, and that's why you hire other suppliers and experts to help you out. Google does recognize these issues that those who are trying to run their own search marketing campaigns have, and they do try to help, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Number 4, this is the 4th problem. As I mentioned earlier, most companies think you just put up a nice looking website and prospects are going to visit the site and contact them. Unfortunately, most web designers are graphic designers, or they're more branding oriented from advertising companies, and they're really not experienced with improving websites to generate leads. A lead generation website must first give a great first impression, needs to be easy to navigate and find information on all devices, including the mobile devices. And more important than anything, your website needs to do a good job of persuading visitors that you can help them. And then it needs to be easy to take action, to pick up the phone and call you, fill out a form. So let me give you an example of how we help our customers improve their conversion rates on their website. I can't give you an example from a portable storage customer, so this is one from a software application company. We suggested they add this, what's called a call to action, on their software application overview page. And this call to action, if someone clicks on it, takes people over to a page that includes a narrated demonstration of their application. And this narrated demonstration was doing a great job of persuading people to contact them for more information or to set up a demo. Just by adding this one simple call to action on that overview page, it doubled the number of leads they got from referral traffic, and not just pay-per-click, but also organic traffic as well as other referral sites. Here's data from an actual customer of ours that we helped improve their website to do a better job. The top chart is the first 5 months that we started running the ads, and as you can see, they were not getting very many leads. They were spending money and getting sometimes no leads, sometimes one a month. But we systematically worked with them and their web developer to keep rolling out and changes to improve the conversion rate on the website. The bottom chart is the data from later in the first year. And as you can see, the number of leads was increasing. We reduced the cost per lead down to usually $100 to $140 per lead. We quadrupled the conversion rate over those months to about 2.5%. So as you can see, they started spending more money because now they were starting to get more leads later in the year, that first year. Let's fast forward to today. And full disclosure, these recent numbers include phone call tracking that just wasn't available at an acceptable cost until a few years ago. But as you can see, we generate between 40 and 60 leads a month for them now at about $60 a lead. And the conversion rate is running from between 5 and 9%. And that's pretty good for lead generation sites. We like to see at least a 5% conversion rate for lead generation sites. And as you can see, they are now spending more money because it's working and it's generating a nice profit for them. Problem number 5. Many companies come to us after they've been using other companies to run their campaign for them. Some have used multiple companies to try to run their campaign for them, and they've been unsuccessful. Sometimes they use their advertising agency that also handles online marketing. Sometimes they They use their web development company that handles online marketing as well. And some have used some of the big nationals or regionals out there, like the Yellow Page companies. Unfortunately, very few of these search marketing companies do what it takes to make the investment pay off. In fact, most of them have some $15 an hour junior associate run the campaign, or worse, they run automated campaigns. True story. Our Northeast portable storage company had one of those big nationals running their campaign for them. And they weren't getting many leads, so their web developer recommended talking to us. And we used some competitive intelligence tools we have to identify the top keywords and locations where that other company was running their ads. And I called the owner up and I asked him about one of the ads that we saw running, and he said, not only do we not even offer that service, we don't go to Troy, New York. All right, we do have an offer for you for attending the webinar today. We'd like to help you take the first step in avoiding these mistakes in your business. So what we'll do is we'll do a traffic analysis of the people searching for portable storage in your territory, or a couple of key territories. And then we'll show you the numbers of people who are searching every day for what you offer, sales or rentals or both of containers, commercial, the home market. And we'll show you how you can get more than your fair share of the business and help make search engine marketing, SEM, your #1 source of leads and sales. Or if you're already running a campaign today, we'll help you improve that campaign so that it's doing a much better job than it is today. So here's how to let us know that you want to take us up on the offer. You can use the Ask a Question feature and just type in something like, "Can you call me?" And we'll get a hold of you. And after the webinar, we're also going to send out a message to everyone that attended with our contact info so that you can contact us by phone or by email. So it looks like we're going to run over a little bit longer. I do have just a few slides left, probably 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll open it up to questions. So I hope you can stay with us. So as I mentioned a little earlier, Google does see the problems for those who are trying to run their own pay-per-click campaigns and does offer to help. They offer some minor support for free, or they'll do some more advanced support, but they charge for it. And as you would expect, Google does know how to do a better job running a pay-per-click campaign than many of the other companies that run pay-per-click campaigns for small businesses. So we had someone call Google and pretend to be a prospect looking for help to run a pay-per-click campaign to sell a service in a territory where we already had a customer that we were running a campaign for. And here's what Google told our buyer. They told Jim that he could expect about a $9.38 per click average cost per click of $9.38. And that's actually very close to what we see for our customer. And based on that cost per click, they told Jim to expect to spend about $2,100 a month in ad spend. That's the click charges for people clicking on your ads. And they told him that after about a 90-day ramp-up period, that he could expect about 12 leads per month. So if you do the math, that's a 5.3% conversion rate. That's not bad. And the cost per lead, 12 leads at over $2,100 in ad spend a month, that's $176 per lead. In this column is the actual numbers that we generate for our customer in that same territory that Google estimated. Again, the average cost per click is very close to what Google estimated it would be. But our customer only spends $600 a month on Google click charges. That's 72% less than Google told Jim that he would have to spend. And we generate 12 or more leads per month for our customer. That's over double the conversion rate that Google told Jim he could expect. And so the cost per lead our customer sees is about $45 per lead. That's 74% less cost per lead than Google estimated. And that's a huge difference. That could make the difference between a profitable campaign and one that loses money. For example, assume that you make $800 on a $800 profit on a sale. Well, with Google's cost per lead, if you needed, say, five leads to close one sale, you'd actually be losing money every sale. You'd be spending more in the advertising cost than you're making. Where with what we deliver to our customer at $800 gross profit per sale, you'd be making a nice 255% ROI on making money on every sale at a good return on the ad spend. So why the huge difference? Well, it's because very few companies, including Google, are going to go to the lengths that you need to make a campaign profitable. For example, setting up the advanced tracking that you really should set up. Google won't do this. They won't set up that tracking as well. In fact, Google has an inherent conflict of interest. They only make money on the ad spend, the click charges. So it's really not in their best interest to try to reduce that ad spend too much, or they start cutting into the money that they make. But we work hard to make sure our clients are successful and make it a profitable campaign. So while we're in the top 5 mode, let me give you some tips on what you should look for when you hire an expert to help you. And I hope I've given you a sense of the kind of mistakes you want to avoid, and I hope I've convinced you that you really do need help to become successful. So here's some tips on what to look for. You should hire a search marketing expert with a proven track record. That'll give you the best chance of succeeding. And talk to some of their clients that have been with them for 2 years or more. That 2-year mark is important. It indicates that the campaign has been profitable, or they would have likely fired that search marketing company before 2 years have passed. We usually find that a lot of our customers that came to us after using other search marketing companies have used another company for about a year or so, and they weren't happy with the results, or they weren't sure if it was working, and they move on and call another company. So if a search marketing company has a number of customers you can talk to that have been with them for 2 or more years, they're probably doing a good job for them. You should hire a Google certified partner. Certified partners must have search marketing consultants on staff that demonstrate pretty in-depth knowledge and must pass annual Google exams to stay certified. So Google ensures its certified partners stay on the leading edge of pay-per-click best practices and stay up to date on new features. And Google also provides resources to its certified partners, like access to an account team for problem resolution, and Google optimizers that we can tap into to help us with optimizing customers' campaigns. You need to have a marketing partner that's honest and transparent and diligent. And unfortunately, many of them just aren't. Many of the search marketing companies out there aren't. As I had mentioned, many of our clients have tried others first, and they tell us that those companies that they were working with just didn't let them see much of what they're actually doing. They're not very transparent. For example, in some cases, the company was unaware that the search marketing company had set up a mirror website. In other words, they took a copy of their website to use for the paid listings. But not only were those not being kept up to date, they were not only causing problems with the paid listings, they were causing problems with their organic results too. Many search marketing companies don't show you the details. They just send you simple reports. And that's because they use their own pay-per-click campaigns that you don't have access to. So you want to make sure you have your own pay-per-click account, such as a Google AdWords account, not only so you can look at the details anytime you want, but so if it doesn't work out with that search marketing company, you don't have to start all over again. And I can't tell you how many of our customers that used other companies and weren't getting results had to start over again because they didn't have their own pay-per-click campaigns. You do need an expert that can guide you through the changes to your website to improve the conversion rate like we talked about before. And finally, you want a search marketing company that's been producing success in your industry, the portable storage industry. Okay, so again, thanks for attending. Just point out once again that we do have an offer for you for attending. And we think it'll help you avoid the mistakes that we just talked about. We'll do that traffic analysis, show you how many people are searching for portable storage in your territory or a couple, and show you how you can turn search engine marketing into your #1 source of sales. So again, you could use the question feature to say, just call me, and we'll be sending out an email at the once we're done with the webinar. Finally, I will be in Dallas. I'll be at the national, the NPSA conference in April, and we could arrange to meet and we could talk about your challenges that you have in your business. All right. So with that, I will open it up to the Q&A. Let me go see what questions we have. Bear with me a second. Okay, so there are a couple questions. Do you set up a separate web page you drive traffic to, or do you use our website? Okay, so I think I probably answered that as we were going through. We would prefer to use your website for a number of reasons, and we would prefer to use your website so that as we help you improve the conversions on it, we're helping you improve the conversions not just from the ads, but from other sources of traffic. For example, the organic results and also the other referral traffic. If your website's in horrible shape, and we'll know that just by looking at it, we may need to use landing pages to help get your more business, and you probably need to redesign your website if it's in that bad of shape. So, and we can help you with that as well. So to answer the question, we use your website to run the ads and then help you improve that website. Okay, someone's asked what portable storage companies are you working with. I don't think I can answer that question other than give you the name of one, which if you go to our website, you'll see the testimonial from them, and that's Aaron Supreme Trailer here in Connecticut, and they handle the Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, part of Massachusetts, and part of New York. And they'd be happy to talk to anyone who's not overlapping them. And that brings up an important point. We do guarantee to our customers that we won't oversaturate a territory. We know once we start running the ads for one customer, how many customers we could handle in the same territory without diluting the results for everybody. And that may mean we can only have one customer or maybe two. We know once we start running. It does us no good if we run so many customers that we're diluting the results for everybody, because then no one's going to be happy. So we do watch that very carefully. So I hope that answers the question. I really can't tell you the other customers we have. Before we give out names of customers, we ask them first if they will talk to the other the other company in their industry before we'll give out the name. But we'll be happy to do that for those other customers once we're talking to you. Okay, that looks like, let me just read through the rest of the, okay, that's it. That's the end of the questions. So if anyone else has any questions, fire them off right now, because we'll be wrapping up in just a minute. And again, as I mentioned, you know, we'll be sending out an email right after the webinar concludes to everyone that joined us. And I hope it was valuable. I hope you learned some. And you know, do get a hold of us to either take us up on that offer, or ask any questions you want, or let us know if you're going to be in Dallas, and we will arrange to meet. It will not be on the golf course, though. They just asked me yesterday if I wanted to go out on the cart with the folks that are sponsoring the golf tournament, and I let them know that that would not be a good idea. It would be too dangerous for me to be out there with a club. So we'll be doing whatever else they're going to be doing for the people who aren't going to be out at the golf course. All right, so just looking, there's no more questions. So again, I hope it was helpful, and thanks for joining. And we'll be shutting the turn the webinar software off in just a second. And you all have a great weekend, and hope to hear from you soon.